In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about inequalities and how to graph them. We plot the inequality equations the same way as we do the standard linear equations on the standard x and y coordinate system, a Cartesian plane. Instead of an equal sign, we have things like less than signs, or less than and equal sign, or greater than or equal to sign, or greater than sign as well. Here, in this case, I'm going to use a less than sign. The slope is the same of m. B represents the y-intercept. I'm going to graph the following equation. Y is less than 2 times x plus 9. I'm going to use this equation for several examples too. Same equation. When x is 0, it's a point along the y-axis. So it's any point along the y-axis is when x is equal to 0. So I'm going to take 0 and plug it in right there for that x. I'm going to use a little dot for the multiplication. So 2 times 0 is 0, so that cancels out. Now I have y is less than 9. So I'll go ahead and plot that point right there. This point has the coordinates 0, 9. It's also the y-intercept. We read x, then y. Sometimes it's useful to plot the xy plot, like a little t here. We have x and y, and I'll put in here 0 and 9. We basically graph this the same way as we would any equation. The slope of a line is equal to the rise over the run. In this case, it's going to be 2 over 1, which is the same thing as 2, of course. So I go down 2 and to the left 1. Now I draw a dashed line between these 2 points. And a dash means it's less than. I think I'm going to draw it. There it is, right there. So far it looks exactly the same as we would plot any line, except it's a dashed line. Now the next thing that we have to do is decide which area to shade. Do we shade this area? Or do we shade the other side, which is this area, the right-hand side? So I have a simple technique to help you figure that out quickly. So I pick a simple point like 1, 1, and I plug it into the original equation to see if it's true. So I put the 1 there. So 1 is less than 2 times 1 plus 9, which turns out to be 1 is less than, and 2 times 1 plus 9 is 11. So this is a true statement. If it would have been false, we would have shaded the other side, but we'll shade this side because everything inside this area is true. The points along the line or the dashed line are not included and would not make the equation true. Now I'm going to change the equation. I'm going to use a less than or equal to sign instead of a less than sign. So the dashed line becomes a solid line. And still the shaded areas is still the same. It's less than or equal to. So it means the shaded area plus all points along the line. This time I'm going to use y as greater than 2x plus 9 to see the difference as well. I'm going to use the greater than sign. Oops, that should be greater than, not greater than or equal to, just the greater than sign right there. I'm going to repeat what I did before, and in this case I'm going to use the point 1, 1 again to see if it's true or false. 1 is greater than 11, which we know should be false. This is not true. So we shade the other side. It's all points in this area and not including the line. So that's a little introduction to graphing inequalities. I hope that makes sense to you, and good luck in your studies.